Smell us now, lady.
Welcome to MeatEater Trivia.
MeatEater Podcast.
Welcome to MeatEater Radio Live. It's 11 a.m. Mountain Time. That's 10 a.m. for our friends in Forks, Washington on Thursday, August 7th. And we're live from MeatEater HQ in Bozeman. I'm your host, Spencer, joined today by Cal and Randall. On today's show, we'll interview Bryan Jones from the South Carolina Shrimpers Association about seafood fraud. Then each of us will review a piece of gear. After that, we've got a hot tip-off between Giannis Putelis and Rich Froning, followed by 1 Minute Fishing with Cory Calkins, and finally, we'll end the show with a game of fake news. But first, Cal and Randall, I've got a surprise for you. It's sitting right in front of you. That dessert is a 5-berry cheesecake from berries that I foraged and grew on my own at home.
Like 5 types of berries, not just
types of berries.
The size of the vessel made me think there might just be 5 berries in there.
No, there are 5 types. I'm going to tell you about it as you dig in. I've been growing some blackberries and some thornless heritage raspberries at home this year. Blackberry crop on one of my plants specifically has just been a banner year. It is the alpha berry crop in my yard, and that makes up most of what you're eating there. But I also foraged some wild berries on our public lands here in Montana. I've got some red raspberries, some silver buffalo berries, and black currants that I just picked yesterday morning.
Delicious.
It's very good, Spencer.
Currant, huh? Oh, yeah, I was going to ask if Phil got one.
Yes, Phil has one. That's right.
Real good.
Black currant. Probably about 50% of that is the blackberries that I grew. And then I'd say 20% is the raspberries that I grew. And then the other 30% are the foraged raspberries, the buffalo berries, and the black currants.
Now, do you say currant because you're like an NBA basketball dude? Wasn't that a ball player, Kevin Durant?
How am I?
I think it's current.
Current. I'm just ignorant. That's all.
No, it just means
you're
read.
ignorant.
It just means you read, Spencer.
Yeah.
Why does it mean I read?
You put the wrong emphasis.
people that mispronounce words learned those words by reading them, not by hearing them.
You know what? I like that excuse. I need that excuse a lot
Yeah.
because I have a lot of mispronunciations.
That's like when my mom tells me I have a stutter because my brain is just moving too fast. It's moving faster than my mouth.
It's real. It's real.
Phil, am I in the frame correctly? I feel like I moved.
There's no right way, Randall, but you look great.
Right.
As long as you're not leaning out like that's the classic Steve or Giannis.
That was a real treat, Spencer. Cheesecake is my favorite dessert.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Do you make it yourself?
No, but Sydney makes it for me, usually for my birthday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you get some candles in it too.
Yeah, pumpkin cheesecakes. I like raspberry cheesecakes. I like all kinds of cheesecakes.
Okay. It's a
So
five-berry cheesecake grown from berries
A real
right here in
treat.
Montana soil.
I'm not a
Tastes even
cheesecake
better.
man myself,
Okay.
but this is real good.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That is my surprise for you two boys today.
Are you
And
more
Phil.
of a crumble guy?
Oh, yeah, give me a cobbler.
Oh.
Yeah. Darn right.
That's a good berry dish.
All right, we're going to start the show today by interviewing Bryan Jones, the vice president of the South Carolina Shrimpers Association. He's here to talk to us about a lawsuit involving shrimp fraud. Bryan, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for having me.
First thing, Bryan, tell us about the multi-million-dollar industry that is South Carolina shrimping.
Yeah, you think about the Low Country in South Carolina, and one of the things that's iconic about the marsh grasses and everything is seeing our beautiful shrimp boats. So our shrimp fleet is comprised of a couple hundred vessels. They're owned by individual family members. We're all small business owners like myself and all the boats I tie up with. But we love what we do. We're outdoorsmen. We're sportsmen. When we're not shrimping, we're out there fishing too. One of the things we love and we're passionate about is bringing fresh seafood from trawl to table, bringing it home for folks to enjoy here. And what we catch is iconic to our cuisine too. People travel all around the world to come to Charleston and other places within South Carolina, like Hilton Head and Myrtle Beach, to enjoy our seafood.
Now, earlier this year, the Southern Shrimp Alliance commissioned genetic testing on shrimp from Charleston restaurants that was advertised as locally caught. What were the results of those tests?
Yeah, that was one of those things that, we kind of suspected and we knew what was going on, but until recently, until the Southern Shrimp Alliance hired this company, Seed Consulting, to do the genetic testing, we weren't sure how pervasive it was. But the results, they tested 44 restaurants. Of those 44 restaurants, 4 were determined to be serving domestic wild-caught shrimp, whereas the other 40 were not. And within our lawsuit, which we'll talk about, 25 of them were outright saying that they were local or wild caught or misrepresenting it. And then that's why we named those 25 in our case that we brought.
Now, how did these tests come to be? Obviously, people were skeptical about locally caught shrimp. Was that suspicion coming from the honest restaurants or the customers or the fishermen or who?
I think all of the above. We know, based on the past 20 years and where it's moved from having fleets of, thousands of boats, down to what our fleet is now, where, we used to, where the creek where we tie up, there'd be 5-6 boats tied up to each other up to the dock, and that's dwindled now to 2 or 3. So we knew, we weren't catching and selling as much shrimp. And, when we were catching it, we couldn't move it as quickly because, there wasn't the demand for it. So where did that demand go? When, there's more restaurants and there's more people eating shrimp. It's the number 1 consumed seafood protein in the world and crosses all genres and types of food. If you think about anything except perhaps like kosher meals, I think if you think like European, Middle Eastern, Latin American, we can sound like Bubba Gump here, when we say like shrimp kebab, shrimp scampi, and all of that. But we knew that the demand, still existed, but we weren't selling as many. So, I think there was that suspicion. Then, there were restaurants themselves. There's a lot of good restaurants out there that we sell to, and they're getting undercut by, other restaurants potentially saying, competing for the same diners, saying they're serving wild-caught shrimp when in fact they weren't. So, it was great that the science allowed this to happen when they were able to do this rapid DNA testing. Shout out to Dr. Singh from Florida State. That's my alma mater. And their ability to create that rapid test through Seed Consulting. I think we kind of knew it always existed, but until recently, there wasn't the ability to do that testing and find that out. So, Southern Shrimp Alliance, did the testing or commissioned it, Seed did the consulting, and then we're sitting back here thinking, hey, if this is going on, where's the accountability? And that's, one of the reasons we brought the lawsuit. We're not afraid of fight. You think about, Charleston and our historic nature, between, fighting the British and the Battle of Fort Moultrie to, the Civil War. We are, it's within our nature to fight for what's right. And, we really wanted to make sure that not only us as shrimpers and the restaurants, but consumers too. Oftentimes, they're paying a premium for, what they believe they're getting is local wild-caught shrimp, when in fact they're getting something that's been frozen for potentially years, that came from halfway around the world, that they can get wherever they're visiting us from, whether it be Ohio, Montana, Colorado, whatever the case. And we want to make sure they're getting, what we love to do and what we love to bring home to consumers.
Yeah, the lawsuit you mentioned was filed by your organization, the South Carolina Shrimpers Association, on June 13th, and that was against 25 restaurants. What can you tell us about that case?
Yeah, so it's a case primarily about transparency and honesty. At the end of the day, we want to ensure that there's motivation for folks to do the right thing and for consumers to be armed with the knowledge. We're telling people all the time, and I'm sure we'll talk about it later, is, ask where your where your shrimp comes from, ask, make sure, if it's local, that that it's local, but how do you know if there's, not accountability measures in place? So we want to make sure, like, this lawsuit is what we're really asking for is for a judge to say, follow the existing law. If they're saying it's local, make sure it's local. If it's, you're saving fresh local seafood, fresh local seafood isn't something that was grown in Ecuador, India, Indonesia, or Vietnam. And there's nothing wrong with, if they want to say and they want to sell imported shrimp, by all means do it, but don't say it's what we do, and what we're doing is spending our blood, sweat, and tears, to bring home.
Now, is there a chance that the restaurants themselves were being duped by suppliers, or do you think these places knew that their shrimp were not locally sourced?
That's a great question, Spencer. I would say, is it possible? Yes, but probable no. It's very highly unlikely that they were being duped by their suppliers. And what I mean by that is, where we bring our shrimp right here, it goes onto ice on our boat. From the boat, it goes into boxes, and those boxes go right to the restaurant. So it's very highly unlikely that they're being there's some sort of bait and switch by a supplier. And when we speak with restaurants and they tell us, you can get it cheaper, or, it's already peeled and deveined, or, there's some other reason. And like I said, that's fine. Just don't say it's local. I think the majority of them, I would suspect, they know what they're purchasing. It's just more about how they're presenting it to the consumer and how that affects not only us as shrimpers, but like I said, the good, well-intentioned restaurants that are doing the right thing, which there are a lot of, and then also, the consumers that believe they're paying for, our shrimp and our product.
And who's supposed to be regulating this? How did we arrive at a place where 91% of restaurants are lying about the source of their shrimp?
Yeah, that's one of the questions, and one of the big motivating factors of this whole case is how do, we got to this point. Now, how do we move forward and get to the point where, there's more truth, honesty, and transparency? And I'd say, from a regulation standpoint, there are laws in effect as far as, if it's true or like truth in advertising and the Federal Trade Act by the Federal Trade Commission. But I think more importantly, it's maybe an eye-opening wake-up call where, a country of origin labeling law or putting something on a menu makes more sense. And why I say that is you think about states like Louisiana and recently in Mississippi and Texas, where they've enacted country of origin labeling laws. So, just like you'd see where an oyster comes from when you go to a seafood restaurant, and it's something that is exciting. Or let's say Five Guys, you go to Five Guys and you get, your hamburger and your French fries, and it tells you where the French fries came from. It's just as easy to do that with shrimp and putting that on your menu, saying, this shrimp came from South Carolina, or this shrimp, was sourced and however they want to market it, whether it's responsibly sourced or, farm raised or harvested in, Vietnam or wherever, or just say it's foreign imported shrimp. If that's on the menu, then the consumer is able to decide, hey, do I want to purchase this, or do I want to maybe spend my money somewhere else? Now I know I'm either supporting local or not, and I think that's a real value to the consumer, and I think that's probably a path forward as far as addressing the proliferate or the sheer pervasiveness of the statistic that you mentioned, where you say we got to 91%. That was 91% of the restaurants tested, and I hate to sound redundant there, but we sell to a lot of other good restaurants too. But yes, the Seed Consulting did say about 90% or 40 of the 44 that were tested. Now, the 25 were the ones that we honed in on because according to Seed, those are the ones that were outright fraudulent. And that's why we brought the case specifically against them.
Bryan, is this just going to be the first shoe to drop? Could we be hearing that other restaurants in South Carolina are doing the same thing soon?
Yeah, it's possible, and we hope that that this case serves as sort of a clarion call or like a cautionary tale to those restaurants that may be doing that, maybe not doing the right thing, and that's up to really Seed Consulting and the Southern Shrimp Alliance who commissions it, where they may send it because they've done multiple tests. Like I said, we were the 8th state to be tested, but they've also gone back and done testing in Louisiana, Texas, and I think there's other large seafood consuming markets in the state of South Carolina that would certainly garner the attention of that sort of testing. If you think about like how many people come to coastal regions like Myrtle Beach and Hilton Head, Beaufort, and the Bluffton area, I think it's certainly possible, and we want to make sure that folks have the opportunity, one, to know what they're getting, and two, we, like I said, we definitely support the good restaurants that are doing the right thing, and we encourage other restaurants, to see an opportunity to support, our local industry and what consumers really want at the end of the day.
Do you have any advice, Bryan, for how we as customers can prevent being duped when it comes to buying seafood?
Yeah, I kind of alluded to that earlier, and it is one of those things that we definitely encourage to ask, before you order, to ask, hey, where did this shrimp come from? So they can make choices as a consumer. But I would also say that coupled with, some sort of accountability measure, like encouraging, lawmakers to say, you know what, we want to make sure that we're getting the fresh, healthy shrimp. It's important and an important distinction to make. And it's not just about, the fact that we love the shrimp here and it's great and it tastes wonderful and it's superior in quality, but it's also, some folks want to make that decision because when they think about, imported shrimp versus domestic shrimp, there's a lot of concerns about imported shrimp, the lack of testing when it comes into the United States, about 1% is inspected. And then also the concerns around ecological concerns, environmental concerns, and human labor issues. So I think, people are intentional and they do want to support, domestic seafood production, support families, these rural coastal communities. I come from a town of 600. I'd be remiss if I didn't say, each one of them wants to invite all you down here to enjoy some of our Southern hospitality.
Last thing here, Bryan, as you stated earlier, 4 of the 44 restaurants were confirmed to be serving genuine U.S. wild-caught shrimp. Can you give those 4 places a well-deserved shout-out?
Absolutely. There's a Rappahannock Oyster Company in downtown Charleston.
I've been there.
It's amazing. It's wonderful. There's the Coosaw Creek Crab House, which is up in the North Charleston area. And then 2 that are a little closer here is Acme Low Country Kitchen, which is on the Isle of Palms. And then Grace and Grit, which is in Mount Pleasant as well.
Good on those places for serving the shrimp that they say that they're serving.
Absolutely.
Thanks for your time, Bryan. We'll be following this case closely.
Yeah, thanks. If y'all want to, everyone go shrimping, come on down.
We're
Appreciate that.
All right, take care, guys.
Randall, you ate.
Yes.
What was the place?
Rappahannock Oyster Bar, I believe.
Give me a review.
Sort of a hazy memory, like many evenings out in a
What age were you?
mid 20s.
Okay.
We were down there maybe December-ish. We're going to Kiowa Island. Had a night or two in Charleston before we went out to Kiowa.
All the ingredients for a hazy memory.
Yes, indeed. If I remember, the drinks were strong and flowing generously.
Okay.
We ate a lot of oysters, and that's about it.
Did you order shrimp?
I can't recall.
Yeah. Just say yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You ate at one of the.
And it was authentically
that's
South
right.
Carolinian.
One of the 4 places.
Good to know.
I think good takeaway for the audience, right, is like illegal things don't exist unless there's a market for them. So, yeah, part of how you can be weigh in on any sort of seafood fraud or wildlife fraud crime is be sure of what you're buying.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, I was just at the Fisherman's Daughter in Minnesota, and I was eating walleye that were caught by a boat out of that town. And if I were to find out later that those just came from like some waters in Canada far, far away, I'd have been very disappointed. It'd have been a very different experience.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think that matters to folks.
Especially in a place like Charleston where you expect that everything is coming right out of the water.
Yeah, it's like their personality. It's part of it. All right, our next segment is Gear Talk.
Let's talk about gear, baby. Let's talk about scopes and beats. Let's talk about boots and binos, camo patterns with yon knee. Let's talk about gear. Let's talk about gear. Let's talk about gear.
Wonderful. When I heard that, I told Phil it sounded like he was singing in lowercase.
It's just perfect.
This
Well
is a
played.
great time to plug the upcoming Christmas album, which is just a compilation of all of Phil's little ditties. Perfect stocking stuffer
Yep.
for those of you who still
Maybe that
own
could
a
go in
CD.
the auction house of oddities, just like a mixtape
wow.
on an actual cassette of
Yes.
just all the drops.
And Phil writes on there himself in permanent
right.
marker what each song is.
I actually have a Christmas album. When I was like 22,
I remember, yeah.
I recorded a Christmas album, including some like holiday greetings. Like, hey guys, this is Randall.
Okay.
And I burned it on like 8 CDs and sent them out to people. And
Do you still own a copy?
no, I don't.
You don't?
I would pay so much money for a copy. It was so good.
I knew what we were going to do for our Christmas
The last-
episode of radio this
The
year.
last track was Silent Night in German. Stille Nacht,
Wow.
heilige Nacht, alle schlaf langsam.
But here we are in August.
Yep.
So,
All right. Each of us has a gear review for you today. Randall, start us off.
All right, well, got a couple items here that all go together. See here, these are the Birchwood Casey target stands.
Good sound effects so far.
They
too.
are bulletproof, as you can plainly see. They've been struck once or twice. Then I've got a roll of Scotch blue painter's tape.
bullet resistant would probably be better.
Yeah, bullet resistant. And then I have this is the Gordon utility knife from Harbor Freight. It's a nice price point. I believe it comes in at $5.99.
You don't need to say that if it's from Harbor Freight.
You can grab it. You can grab it right by the register, and you can get 50 blades for $5.99 as well.
Wow.
So, I like this time of year. I like to do a lot of shooting. Well, I like to do a lot of shooting at any time of year, but it's more important than ever as we approach our fall hunting season. So, with this little kit, I can take any scrap of remnant cardboard from my garage or wherever I find it, and I can set up a little range, build myself a nice little square. You can see there. Oh man, you can't see the holes, but that's some of my finest field shooting. There's two. Well, you can see the right one.
You can see the holes. You guys just are a little far away from
860 some yards. There's 2 3-shot groups that are about 3 to 4 inches, and one's in the box, one's just to the right. So just dialing in the wind there.
Tell me about the T-shirt.
That is a baby orangutan. That's one of 2 orangutan T-shirts that I own. One is a adult male. The other one is this baby. I think I got the adult male T-shirt first. But
okay, this one's just kind of a joke.
Yeah.
The other one's your nice orangutan.
Yeah, that's the one that I usually wear to the zoo because I want to have a dominant presence when I walk into the orangutans.
And you think the baby gives you the dominance?
No, that's why I wear the adult.
Yeah.
Oh,
The baby's
the
just
adult one.
for
Gotcha.
shooting. Yeah, there aren't any orangutans anywhere nearby.
For yard work.
But yeah, I think
Do you tell people it's not an ape, it's a great ape?
that's true. That's true. Yeah, I like to shoot cardboard because you can see what your bullet's doing. A lot of people just like to shoot steel, and if you hit the edge, it's good enough. But the cardboard doesn't lie, and you can haul it way out there, stick it well beyond your reasonable shooting range, and just see what your bullet's doing at distance. So, yeah, it's economical. This whole kit, I think I'd price somewhere under $30.
Okay.
And yeah, everybody's got cardboard lying around, and if you don't, find someone who does.
I bet you have extra because I imagine some trash blows through your property.
Yes, lots of anything that's not weighed down blows into our property.
But does it keep going or does it stay there?
No, there's a nice funnel. There's a terrain funnel, and then a barbed wire fence at the bottom, so it catches all kinds of tarps.
Oh, speaking of, I put a Tupperware full of Christmas cookies on top of my car as I was leaving your place one time. Did that ever turn up?
No, no. Especially in December. In December, you're getting some good wind.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a kids swimming pool one time that showed up, and then we didn't do anything with it. And a couple months later, I saw it like a half mile away. So yeah, we collect all kinds of stuff that's good for shooting.
Locally sourced
A
cardboard.
lot of cooler lids, a lot of styrofoam, a couple politics signs.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Yep.
that's what I got. $30. Improve your shooting. Enter the field with great confidence this fall.
Okay. Good takeaway.
Good one.
Cal, what are you reviewing for us today?
We're talking about the First Light Forage waders. So this is new to the market.
New
but
like
we've
this
been,
week, right?
Yeah, but we've been playing with these and improving these for 3 years. I think I've had 5 different pairs of waders. And during this very intensive product development phase. And ideally, this is a wader that has come to the market fully field tested, and the consumer should have complete faith in their purchase here. So this is a big purchase, but it is done in such a way that you should have complete confidence in this thing to take care of you. Very burly. It's like a lifetime pair of waders out there. So
First Light literally spent years perfecting these things.
Years. Yep.
And that also caused a lot of questions to be asked when folks would see it in Instagram content or a YouTube video and be like, when are these waders showing up? Well, your answer is now.
Yeah, right now. And so, I mean, they are backed by a great warranty as well, the boots and the waders. And, man, they're just, they are burly. So you got to ask yourself if you want 6 pairs of the discount, general sporting goods store waders that you try to return throughout the course of your season, or you invest in these babies and they're going to take care of you for years, as long as you don't let them sit out in the sun for half the year. You're going to be rocking these for a long time. Knee pads, minimal seams.
That I feel like I've heard is the big selling point, right? That there's a seam or just a couple seams, very few seams.
Yeah, if you've ever stuck anything underwater, it's the seams that typically fail. Or like if you're staring at your tent in a rainstorm, water's coming through the seams. So this is a minimalist seam design, not quite seamless, but there's basically one seam in the whole deal. So. Biggest takeaway is that we just tested the living heck out of them in every condition imaginable all across the country, and in one other country, thinking about it. We call that country Canada.
Okay.
We wore them up in Alaska bear hunting, and there's a lot of crawling around on rocks and getting in and out of boats and just doing all sorts of things that you wouldn't want to do, especially with water temps like that, in a pair of waders that you didn't have confidence in. So that was years ago, but they've only improved since.
Yep.
Available now on firstlight.com.
Yes, sir.
All right, I am reviewing an Oru foldable kayak. Folded up, and we've got pictures of this thing on the video if you're watching on YouTube. It's the size of a large suitcase, and then set up, it's the size of a normal kayak. It weighs 17 pounds, has a weight limit of 250 pounds. That's just their base model. For context, my regular 10-foot kayak has a weight limit of 275, so it's not that different. It's made of a thin corrugated plastic. It feels and looks, is the best way I can describe it. Feels and looks like heavy-duty cardboard that's like waterproof you sometimes
It
see.
looks like I want to snap it into my Birchwood Casey target holders.
Yes, like a political
like
sign.
A political sign. Those are great targets.
I worked the produce section at Walmart in college, and this is what our produce would come in, was that type of cardboard. And they were very desirable. Folks would come in asking for that cardboard for free. Specifically, the banana boxes were the most coveted.
Or when you get a mail hold and the post office
there you
gives
go.
you, that's a great box.
That's the
You're not
closest
supposed to
thing-
keep them.
The closest thing I can describe to what that material is. The base model, it's $500, which is like within the price range of what you'd expect to pay for a 9-foot kayak. I bought it on sale, and they have sales all the time. Father's Day, 4th of July, Memorial Day. If you are interested in one, don't pay full price because it's going to be on sale sometime soon. I bought it for a road trip to northern Minnesota, and I told my wife beforehand, I was like, I think we get home and there's a 50% chance I'm putting this thing on Facebook Marketplace. I was just like pretty pessimistic. We go on the trip. I use it 4 different days, including on Lake of the Woods. That's America's 6th biggest lake, and Devil's Lake. That's America's 22nd biggest lake. So some big bodies of water. My takeaway after using it all summer was I love it. I'm a really big fan of this thing. I've got some pros and cons here that I wrote out for you. The biggest pros are the whole reason that you'd buy a foldable kayak. It's compact, it's really light, it doesn't take up much space in your vehicle or garage. It's easy to travel with. It doesn't take up room in your truck, like I said. I can securely lock it in my pickup if I'm traveling and sleep at a hotel in a sketchy part of Spokane. And I'm not worried that it's going to be gone
It's
in
a
the
good
morning.
town choice.
Yes, I've stayed in some sketchy parts of Spokane.
Yeah.
They'll chew through your truck bed there, though.
They're gonna
Shout
have
out
to work for
Spokane.
it.
We love you.
Yeah, they're gonna have to work for it if they really want it. It's easy to carry. It comes, it's easy to carry if you're trying to get to some hard to access water, and they make a backpack for it. It's kind of an awkward 17 pounds, but it's no problem. I maybe wouldn't go up a mountain with it, but you could hike a quarter mile to some other water access you needed to get to. It's very open, so all of your gear is visible and accessible when you're in it, which is my preference when you're fishing. If you're not familiar with kayaks, there's sit in and sit on. And one of them, the sit-in, has like a cockpit. And the sit-on, it's just sort of an open space. For fishing, I'd prefer a sit-on because everything is just very visible and you can reach anything that you have with you in the boat. And so far, it seems quite durable, which is surprising because, like I said, it's so similar to that heavy-duty cardboard we were talking about. They measured the lifespan of their kayaks in folds, and they say it's 20,000 folds.
Wow.
It can handle. So I did the math on that. You do 2 folds every time you use it. If you use it 25 times a year, that means you have 400 years worth of folds on this thing. And genuinely, it only takes a couple minutes to tear up and put back together. So their marketing on that it just takes a minute, it's legit. Now, here's some of the cons. It's not super comfortable. I need to get out of the thing after like 2 hours of being in it. Again, I just have the base model. They do offer gel seats and other padding you can buy. I haven't done that. I don't think it's going to be an enormous game changer. You're not going to be like, damn, I could take a nap in this thing. But I think it would probably make it easier to be in. Because it's so light, you really feel the wind. If you're used to a regular kayak, you'll notice this right away.
This one folds up.
It folds up and it takes on some wind. You notice it if you're casting at a log that your feet are facing and a breeze picks up, it's going to be at your shoulder pretty quick. It's easy for the wind to really manipulate you. And this could be a pro or a con, but people are going to come up and talk to you about it. I took this on a lake in western Montana last week, and I had 3 different folks while I was getting set up before I got on the water came over like, "What is this thing? What are you doing?" And my wife, she was confused by it. She was like, "Are fishermen always this chatty?" The answer is no. So maybe that's a pro or a con, depending on how you feel about social interaction.
Oh yeah, you approach a guy with the boat like that, you're like, well, he's not going to catch anything.
Yeah,
well, he doesn't know what he's doing.
If he owns this, he wants to talk to us.
That guy's a sucker for an Instagram ad.
That's right.
What's the weight capacity on that bad boy?
250 pounds.
Oh, damn
like
it.
I said, my regular 10-foot kayak is 275.
I'm gonna have to make sure I go pee before I get on that thing.
Well, Randall, there's a big buffer, I'm sure.
Yeah. We've actually got a segment about that coming up soon.
Now, my big takeaway is I'm always going to own the foldable kayak. I'm sold. I love this thing. It genuinely gets me to fish more because it's so easy to store, transport, and set up. It made the barrier to entry of getting on a lake to go fishing super low, and that's resulted in just more days of me going out fishing. If I'm on the fence, it's very easy to talk myself into being like, well, I drive there and I get out and I'll be on the water in 3 minutes and fishing. And that's phenomenal. That makes it worth it alone. And I think back to college and how I would have loved owning this thing and keeping it in my GMC Jimmy. Like I would have had a very different fishing experience in college if this kayak existed.
Oh yeah, plus a little duck hunting.
That's right. I
Not
think
too many shells though in there with you.
Oh yeah, but you fold that baby up.
Got to make them count.
Put it in the bottom of the blind.
I mean, I do think the best gear is gear that gets you out.
This does it.
Like that lowers the barrier to getting outside.
I think any outdoorsman would enjoy a foldable kayak, but specifically if you live in an apartment or a dorm. Or if you don't drive a vehicle that makes it easy to transport a traditional kayak, or if
you ride the bus.
If you ride the bus, if you struggle to
limited storage space at home. I mean, man,
if you struggle to lift 50 pounds, if you're just annoyed at the thought of moving a kayak in and out of a pickup or on and off of a vehicle, then you are the person who would benefit the most from having one of these. So I'm very excited. It's the best outdoor purchase I've made in years.
I'm sold. I just need to see if they make any adult sizes.
I'm using the base model, the entry level kayak. They make bigger ones. So
they make it double?
The weight range goes up.
Magnum?
All right. We are halfway through the show today. Let's take a break for some listener feedback. Phil, what's the chat got?
Yes. Rashad asks, has Cal salvaged anything cool from the dumpster lately?
Oh, well, thank you for asking. I just had my head in that dumpster yesterday.
Is that our dumpster or a dumpster where you live?
No, dumpster where I live that people can't quite figure out cardboard recycling. And it costs us $200 because they're like, well, we send another garbage truck to go pick up the contaminated recycling. So my fun deal is jumping in the dumpster, going through people's trash until I find what you always find, which is our shipping labels. And then I take a picture of that. And typically, address them eyeball to eyeball.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just like wait for that encounter to happen naturally, or like you'll go to their door?
No, I make it happen.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All it takes for evil to prevail is for good guys to do nothing.
That's exactly right.
This is like the shrimp fraud.
Yeah.
It
You got to
is.
hold these people
It
accountable.
is. And you know what the people always say? Oh, I just didn't know. To which point I'm like, okay, well, now you do. Thanks a bunch. Have a great day.
Okay.
Thanks, Rashad.
Good for you.
Connor says, I drew a non-resident waterfowl tag for South Dakota. I'm looking to get a camper top for my Tacoma. Hard top versus soft top.
Cool. No matter what direction you go, you're going to be giving up something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just inevitable. You know all the answers here. There's so many, like a soft top that you can like accordion back, throw your bikes over the tailgate and put big stuff in there. People still call you to help move and things like that. The hard top, you're going to be a little more restricted because you can take them on and off, but nobody ever does.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been interested enough in a sliding camper to shop for one. Have you owned one?
I think he's just talking about a topper.
Like
just a topper.
or a tonneau cover.
A camper top for my.
You had an inflatable topper.
I did, yeah, the flated, and that's a cool product. I would put that in the fifth wheel category. Like if you're a fifth wheel person, but you don't want like a bunch of snow and hay and crap piling up in the back of your truck during the off season, get that flated topper and you're going to be set.
I was shocked that I saw that more than once when I initially saw it on your pickup. I didn't think it was long for the world, but it was impressive.
Yeah. Use it as a boat.
I own a rooftop tent, a Super Pacific. I will review that on some future episode of radio where we talk gear again. But I'm a huge fan of that tent. I like having a rooftop tent. Again, as long as my situation is like this, where it's like just me and my wife, we don't have a dog, we don't have any kids, it's perfect for what we need.
Yeah, I have a Go Fast camper. So that's a big investment, as is the one Spencer just mentioned. And I got no windows in the whole thing, purely because
Spokane, Washington.
Yeah, the Spokane effect, Spokane animation. I want security. I don't need people. Like I want more deterrence than less.
Hey, you don't want your truck looking like a storefront window.
Right. Yeah.
Never thought of it like that. What else you got, Phil?
Not a question, but a comment from Bill Randall. Thank you for your help on getting the raffle items for Muster. The trivia and signed cookbooks had a very high return on investment. I cooked some Solons. Is that right, Randall?
I don't know. I've heard about this brand.
Solon's hot dogs over the campfire in your honor.
That's lovely.
Love it.
And then we also had someone asking if we'd be coming to the Muster in New York next year.
Ooh,
I'd like to.
Randall will be there. He can't wait. It's already on his calendar.
Yeah.
When is it, Randall?
Well, it was the first week of August this year.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, maybe it was. I don't know. Somewhere in that neighborhood.
It's on his calendar, though.
But yeah, I'd love to make it out.
He circled it with a red marker.
Yeah, important to know is Backcountry Hunters and Anglers big Eastern, one of the two big Eastern events these days.
What's the other one?
It would be the Black Bear Bonanza in Arkansas. But this is Muster in the Mountains.
Oh, I stand forgiven. He says that summer of 2028 is the next time New York hosts it. So you've got some time to plan.
Yeah.
Okay. He'll put that on his calendar.
Well, unfortunately, I do have a publishing calendar that goes that far out, so we'll have to just match that up against our MeatEater American History.
On that note, Randall, if you'd like to answer this question from Devin, are the books like Mountain Men and Long Hunters on the website hardcover copies or paperback editions?
They are all audio. There is no print version.
Correct.
Unless you get a bootleg copy on Amazon.
There was a bootleg copy on Amazon. I know there's a lot of folks out there that would love to read it with your own eyeballs, but those are audio originals and audio only by design. Yeah, you guys would be shocked at the process of making those books. There's a lot of arguing.
A lot of creative input from many parties.
Yeah,
it's a cool thing watching Randall and Steve.
It's a very unique medium.
Yeah.
Let's do one more, Phil.
Okay, Brandon says, I'm going offshore fishing in the Gulf. The charter supplies squid, but what other baits would y'all suggest?
Cal.
Live mullet, like live bait is pretty darn awesome. But if you're going on a charter, that's going to be pretty limited. I'd go ahead and just talk to the captain and see what the options are. But anything that's still swimming that you can put a hook into makes for a good time.
All right, you got anything to add, Randall? Boat captain.
I would,
the other part of the continent.
I'd listen to your captain. As a former captain, I'd listen to your captain. It's, if you want to go above and beyond following their advice and get something that's maybe not on the menu, I'm sure they would appreciate the enthusiasm. If you show up with something weird that they're not into, it might be a long day on the water, especially if you're not getting into them. There's going to be some finger pointing. So
we caught some grouper in Florida on the Gulf side with freezer burned elk meat one time. So think outside the box or in the depths of the box.
Very good. Moving on, our next segment is Hot Tip Off.
H-O-T-T-I-P-off. Let's all do a hot tip off. H-O-T-T-I-P-off. Let's all do a hot tip off.
Phil, do you love her new song, Saskatchewan?
Spencer, I haven't heard it.
Oh, okay.
I haven't heard it I haven't listened to any new stuff since the country tinged one came out.
The Giver.
Who is
that's
her?
That's amazing. Chapel Roan. All right, this week's Hot Tip Off is presented by Mountain Ops. Whether you're training for the mountain or just trying to feel your best every day, Mountain Ops has your back with proven high-performance nutrition you can count on. From energy and endurance to recovery and daily health, their products are built to help you on the mountain, in the gym, or wherever your day takes you. For today's fitness Hot Tip Off, it's Giannis Putelis versus Rich Froning. Take it away, Phil.
Giannis Putelis.
Hey, here's a hot tip for you for when you're thinking about working out and about your fitness and getting ready for this fall. Whatever you do, and I hope you're doing something to get ready just because it's good for you, but don't do it just one day and then take a couple days off. A lot of hunts, especially Western hunts where you're taking a week off to go somewhere, if you're going out of state to hunt whitetail deer, are going to be a 4, 5, 6 days hunting in a row, okay? So train your body for that as well. Okay, work out one day, run the next day, do something else with your legs. Keep doing it day after day so that your body is prepared for a 4 or 5 day hunt, okay? Most of these hunts are endurance events, not sprints. So make sure you're doing stuff one day after another. There you go. There's no hotter tip than that right there. Thanks for being patient, boys. Phil, Spencer.
Chicka Slim Shady.
My MeatEater hot tip is the best program is the one you'll stick to. There's a ton of methodologies out there. There's a ton of different programs out there. There's people that think you should go long and slow to be better. There's people that think you need to be stronger. I think it's somewhere in the middle, but do something. Find something that you enjoy. Continue to stack days. Consistency is the key. Keep it up and get out there and do it.
All right, Phil is going to create a poll for the chat to vote on. We're going to give them 1 minute.
Yeah, give me about 30 seconds here
to get their results.
Very similar tips, really.
And they didn't know what each other was doing. It's almost as though Yanni sent that to us 20 minutes before the show today.
Crazy.
He's in Alaska, and I think he's in Alaska right now.
Yeah, interesting.
So we've got Yanni's tip about training like you hunt and Rich's tip about building a routine. Cal, you said they're similar, but which one do you like better? We're going to let the chat decide, but maybe you can influence them.
Poll is live.
I mean, they're both very good. I like the simplicity of Rich's, which is like just do something. At the end of the day, like all those somethings add up. However, on Giannis's deal of like, he didn't say it this way, but it's like, you need to exercise while you're sore. That is a real thing. Like, you got to keep stacking those days up. So I like that one too.
Phil, we're going to give the chat like 20 more seconds here.
Gotcha.
If you're listening to this and you have a hot tip, send that to radio@themeateater.com with the subject line hot tip off. And our friend Cory and our producer Jake are going to review those. We'll have more hot tips coming to you in future episodes. All right, Phil, let's close the poll. Who is the winner between Giannis and Rich?
With 58% of the vote, the winner is Giannis Putelis.
Oh my God.
Putelis. Amazing. Glad he got that hot tip submitted.
I don't know.
to us.
I'd go with Rich on that one. You know, sometimes you just grinding, recording audiobooks. It's tough to get a good workout in every day, but you know, do what you do. Do what you can do what you will do. Giannis seems like that's a program for a man who's got a lot of workout time.
58% of the audience liked Yanni's hot tip better. And again, hot tip off this week was presented by Mountain Ops. All right, moving on. Our next segment is 1 Minute Fishing.
Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? Go ahead. Make my cast.
1 Minute Fishing is brought to you by Onyx Fish. To find your new favorite place to fish, go to onyxmaps.com/fish. 1 Minute Fishing is where we go live to someone who's fishing and they have 1 minute to catch a fish, and if they're successful, we'll make a $500 donation to a conservation group. This week, our angler is Cory Calkins. He's on a river in Montana and fishing for a donation to the Wild and Scenic Rivers Coalition. Cory, welcome to the show.
Oh, what's up, guys?
What's up, Cory? Now, earlier this week, I believe it was on Tuesday, Cory told me and Randall that he had a 50% chance of being successful today. About an hour ago, he upped it to 95% chance. Are you still feeling that confident?
Yeah, I might even bump it up to 96% at this point.
Oh, my goodness.
He also repositioned since we last had him on the screen here.
Oh, this is true.
Why so confident this morning?
Well, I'm literally watching all these fish rise right here. Plus, I did dip my worm in the water for a hot second, and it didn't take long to catch a fish. And then I backed off because I didn't want to burn the hole.
Okay.
Went downstream a little ways, first cast with a different fly, and I got an 18-inch brown trout. So
let's
see if I can get 3 casts in a row is what I'm going for now.
My goodness.
I saw the picture. I mean, 18 inches for somebody.
Tell us about the fly you're going to use for 1 minute fishing.
Oh, let's see. Man, that last fish, the 17.5-inch fish, according to Cal, ate a big dry fly. But if I only get a minute to fish, I'm going to fish with a little stonefly nymph. This is a tan turd. And I also have a little PMD nymph behind it, under a bobber.
So you're running 3 flies?
No, sir. Just 2.
2 under a bobber.
2 flies and a strike indicator. All right, Cory, you're 1 minute.
I did just want to point out, look at this really cool heart rock I just found.
Oh, beautiful.
Aww.
Take that home, give it to your wife.
All right, I will. I do have one note and one request.
Yes.
I am self-filming, so bear with me here. I got to flip the camera around here in a second. Well, I don't know if I can do that now. Uh-oh. And also, last time I did this, I believe the timer started when I walked away from the camera. If I could get the timer to start when I start my first cast, that'd be wonderful.
No, I started it at the perfect time, Cory.
Okay, Cory. I don't think you can rotate your camera on
That's okay.
when you're in. That we're gonna be okay with that.
Oh, don't you worry.
Just doing it manual style.
Okay, he's
analog.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, if he casts out of the frame,
This is a real pro move here.
then we really have to assume.
He's suspicious.
Yeah, not the best picture, but somehow still better than the pond on the other side of this wall.
All right, Cory, your 1 minute of fishing starts when you make your first cast.
Flop it in there, buddy.
We're watching. We'll make sure that Phil is diligently
stripping some line out.
Okay.
And
Go, Phil.
Oh, no, he's false.
There we go. Fly is in the water. His 1 minute just started. We've never had a more confident angler. And he set the hook.
Set.
Oh, come on.
He is 8 seconds in.
Keep that line tight.
He's getting the net out.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
What is going on?
Catch another one.
A
Catch another
very
one.
professional landing. What do we got there, Corey? He's out of the frame now.
Very healthy rainbow.
Wow.
Wow.
Another 18-incher. All right.
18 centimeters, Cal.
What did it eat? What did it eat?
He ate that PMD.
Okay. Make another cast for us anyway. You got another 20 seconds, Corey.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
he's going back for his rod.
This is the bonus ball
I cut the music.
here.
Randall, do you want to do some epic like Hans Zimmer style?
Dun, 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 dun. That's
Okay,
more of a
Corey's
march.
just made his second cast. We'll see how hungry the trout really are today. Stripping line. Mending line.
God, that-
We're not playing Prices Right this week. So. Oh no, I didn't want to do that one.
Slick little network there.
That, you know what? That was such a fanciful, professional landing
Yeah.
that he did. If you're listening to this, it's worth going over to YouTube right now just to see what it looks like when a pro has a fly rod in their hand.
Yeah, barely fit in the net.
That's not what it looks like when I'm out fly fishing. All right, Corey. Good thing
Well,
you
yeah,
caught
'cause
one
you
on
got a
that first
foldable
cast.
canoe.
That's right. Well done, Corey.
3 in a row.
That's right. He earned $500 today for
My
the Wild
goodness.
and Scenic Rivers Coalition.
Yeah.
We were on a 1-minute fishing success drought, so thank you, Corey, for ending that.
Nicely done, sir.
Hey, no problem. It was easy, obviously.
You coming into the office later?
Yeah,
How far
I
away
better.
is that boat ramp?
Let's see.
Don't tell us.
I got about 4 more miles.
Okay.
Don't tell my boss.
All right. Well done, Corey. Thank you for joining us. Send us more pictures. All right. Last for today, we are playing fake news.
Let's play fake news. A P-tape in Russia. Pizza game balloon. Working for flying a UFO. Steve is a better shot than Giannis. So is that so? This opportunity comes once every few weeks.
You can do anything you set your mind
Love
to,
that.
guys.
Sign me up for the Christmas download.
Teleport.
It's amazing.
Yeah, we'll set records at the auction house.
It sounds like is that a shot at Giannis?
No, it was a shot at Steve because like I was listing like fake news stories.
Yeah, but
so
it's-
the fake news story was Steve is a better shot than Giannis.
Right, but you're also doing an Eminem song with Giannis's new hair.
Oh, that's true.
This
Well,
song
that adds a whole new
existed
wrinkle.
before.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
All right, fake news is where I read a series of headlines in which a real one is hiding among 3 imposters. Cal and Randall's job is to figure out which one is true. All right, here is the first headline. Officers use blank to remove snapping turtle from roadway. Is it bocce ball, leaf blower, chopsticks, or RC car? This is a real headline. Earlier this summer,
I missed this.
officers use bocce ball to remove snapping turtle from roadway. Officers use leaf blower to remove snapping turtle from roadway. Officers use chopsticks to remove snapping turtle from roadway. Or officers use RC car to remove snapping turtle from roadway. Bocce ball, leaf blower, chopsticks, or RC car. Cal and Randall, do you have an answer?
I know that there is a headline out there, conservation world-wise, that involves an RC car.
Okay.
I just don't know if this is it.
Are you boys ready?
Yep.
Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Cal saying leaf blower, and we have Randall saying leaf blower. Officers use leaf blower to remove snapping turtle from roadway. You both got it wrong. The correct answer is RC car.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cal
jeez.
knew it, but he didn't know it. That headline was from Dakota News Now on July 25th, 2025. It comes from where I grew up, Hutchinson County, South Dakota. Officers said the snapper was causing a traffic jam. Their sheriff's office posted the video on Facebook of a tactical RC car harassing a snapping turtle as it crossed a road. The RC car's real function is to place spike strips during pursuits. The sheriff's office has since deleted the post, with Facebook commenters flaming them for not finding a more simple solution. Here is that video. Play the clip, Phil.
He didn't say it was a tactical RC car.
Well, the headline didn't say tactical RC car. And that is made to deploy spike strips, but instead it is pushing on a snapper.
I'm just going to guess there's just not a lot that happens in this part of South Dakota.
I mean,
This looks like just some juvenile delinquents.
Yes, I understand.
I feel like if their parents saw this, they'd get in trouble.
Yes,
Yeah.
I understand why it was deleted. Folks were being like, you can just pick those up. You can just like let it be.
The snapping turtle hunting community and appreciation community is pretty strong. Like people love dealing with snappers.
Yes,
Yeah.
Almost all the snappers I've eaten came from a roadway as I was just driving down the highway in the summer. So that dude instead pushed it around with his RC car. All right, here's the second headline. Cal and Randall are 0 for 2.
We should say something about Doge for that.
Oh, yeah, the news story about that RC car had mentioned that they got the RC car in a grant.
Yeah, it's probably
for,
some
stopping
Homeland Security
high-speed chases.
Yeah.
All right, headline 2. Blank found in gift-wrapped box at Dash Point State Park. Is it human toe, Titanic artifacts, Dwight Eisenhower's tax return, or rare Furby? Dash Point State Park is near Tacoma, Washington. Blank found in gift-wrapped box at Dash Point State Park. Is it human toe, Titanic artifacts, Dwight Eisenhower's tax return, or rare Furby? Which one of those is the real headline?
No clue on this one, but I know what I want it to be.
Okay. Randall, are you ready as well?
Yeah, I'm just going with a real fun one.
Okay, go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Cal saying human toe found in gift-wrapped box at Dash Point State Park. We have Randall saying rare Furby found in gift-wrapped box at Dash Point State Park. The correct answer is human toe. Cal got that one right. He wanted it to be the human toe, and it was the human toe. This headline was from Seattle's CBS affiliate KIRO 7 News on July 9th, 2025. The box was discovered on a Puget Sound beach over Father's Day weekend. The man who found it said it was wrapped in green cloth and had a yellow bow. The toe was turned over to the King County Medical Examiner's office, who tracked down its owner. They said the digit was medically amputated and that the man who it belonged to wished to remain anonymous, so case closed. Phil is now going to show us photos of that toe. If you're watching, this is your last chance to look away before you see a very disgusting picture of a decapitated human toe. Removed human toe.
That's worse than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Describe what you're seeing there, Randall.
It looks like some sort of marine creature.
Yes.
It looks like a
desiccated.
It looks like an alien oyster.
It looks like a movie prop that you'd see and you'd be like, well, that's not what a removed human toe looks like. It just looks ridiculous. But
there's colors that shouldn't be there.
Yeah, it's some kind of rock that I'd find at a gift shop.
Yeah, I think the color, I'm assuming, is the antiseptic that they liberally hosed around the digit before they cut that baby
Let's cut
off.
back to the yeah, there we go. There we go.
Human toe found in gift wrapped box at Dash Point State Park.
I just wanted to know, how did you come up with Furby?
Well, because I'm a child of the 90s. So, that has claimed
I'm more
some
curious about
space
Dwight
in my
Eisenhower's
brain.
tax
Well,
return.
in this particular instance, though, the person who found it probably has legal claim if the owner of the toe is like, I don't want anything to do with it, right?
That person, I don't think, wanted it. He reported it right away, and he told the news that there was a dead seagull nearby, so maybe the two are related.
Whoa.
Turns out they
Isn't
weren't.
Seattle where the foot and the shoe washed up on shore?
That sounds right.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, our third and
Interesting.
final headline of the day. The newest tool for hazing wolves, Blank's voice. Is it Scarlett Johansson, Eric Cartman, Christopher Walken, or Missy Elliott? Cal and Randall, very quick to answer. Do you boys know this one?
Yeah.
I do.
Okay, they've seen the real headline. We'll give folks listening and watching right now, though, a chance to come up with their answer. The newest tool for hazing wolves, Scarlett Johansson's voice. The newest tool for hazing wolves, Eric Cartman's voice. The newest tool for hazing wolves, Christopher Walken's voice. The newest tool for hazing wolves, Missy Elliott's voice. All right.
I would have gone with Missy Elliott's music if that were an option, but
Missy Elliott's music voice. All right, you boys ready to reveal the correct answer?
yes.
Let's see them. Both players saying Scarlett Johansson, and they got it. The correct answer is the newest tool for hazing wolves, Scarlett Johansson's voice. That headline was from Outdoor Life on August 4th, 2025, just a few days ago. This is part of a project by the Department of Agriculture that attempts to keep wolves away from livestock. They're using a loudspeaker that broadcasts alarming sounds such as fireworks, gunshots, and people arguing. Their audio of choice comes from the 2019 film Marriage Story, starring Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson. In that 5-minute scene, Driver and Johansson scream at each other while on the brink of divorce. Here is 1 minute of what those wolves are hearing.
Oh, no.
Play the
That's
clip,
a tough
Phil.
watch.
I can't believe I have to know you forever!
Oh, you're insane. And you're winning!
Are you kidding me? I wanted to be married. I'd already lost. You didn't love me as much as I loved you.
What does that have to do with LA? What?
You're so merged with your own selfishness, you don't even identify it as selfishness anymore. You're such a dick!
Every day I wake up and I hope you're dead. Dead like if I could guarantee Henry would be okay, I'd hope you get an illness and then get hit by a car and die.
Powerful stuff. Here's a spoiler alert. They do get divorced after that.
I was hoping that seeing that clip would stir some memory of what that movie was about, but the only thing I can recall is just them screaming at each other.
I didn't like that.
Tough watch. Tough watch.
Hard stuff.
Cal has pulled himself away from the table.
Cartman would have been good.
Eric Cartman would have been good. What would it sound like, Phil, if any of those other folks were delivering some audio to keep wolves away from livestock? Your choices are Eric Cartman, Christopher
those are my only
Walken, or
choices?
Missy Elliott. Can you?
Mom! Get these wolves away from these cows!
Oh, very good. I really love that. Do you have any more?
No.
Okay.
Oh, you got to be able to do Christopher
wolves.
Walken.
What are you doing by that fence?
You got it all wrong.
You don't want to be there.
Well, no, he's not in the movie
Watch.
Anaconda, is he?
Walken? No, isn't that?
I'm thinking of
Voight?
Angelina Jolie's dad.
Yeah, John Voight. Yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
Do you have a Christopher Walken for us, Randall?
No, but I was trying to come up with a Missy Elliott song, and the only one I can recall is "Get Your Freak On," and I don't really know much of it except for just the chorus, which repeats the title of the song.
Musical masterpiece. All right. That's
Stop. Don't go there.
very good.
That's great.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
The Watch.
He shoved it up his ass.
Those cows, they're not for wolves.
You got it. No, you got it all wrong. See, you got my guy all wrong here.
I don't think that would keep the wolves away from the livestock. I'm
They'd be
glad,
intrigued.
Yeah,
because he's such a mysterious character.
They chose Adam Driver and ScarJo screaming at each other. All right, that's the end of today's show. Phil, let's get some final feedback.
Oh goodness. Okay, I still have a bunch of questions from the first round that we'll hit. How about some local
Juicy.
tips without spot burning? Will says he'll be flying into Bozeman next Tuesday. Any tips for a first trip to the area? Looking to do some fishing in alpine lakes and streams within 2 to 3 hours of Bozeman.
Now do this without spot burning.
Yeah, Will, biggest tip, go carry on. The Bozeman Airport is an absolute mess right now.
They're doing a bunch of baggage claim construction.
Yeah, and with all the guest ranch, Yellowstone influx of tourism, it's brutal.
And if you feel like you're being followed by a suspicious character and you need to get away, just put on a cowboy hat.
There you go.
You'll just blend in.
Yes, put on a felt cowboy hat
Brand
in
new.
the middle of summer in Montana. It seems to be a real trend.
In all seriousness, just get away from people.
Yeah, 2 to 3 hours. That can
a lot
get
of
you to
stuff.
the other side of Yellowstone National Park. That can get you to the other
Missoula.
side of Missoula. There's a lot of fishing between here and there. Go to OnX. Turn on the layer that shows you like you're looking at Google Maps, not the aerial, and you'll see all these little bodies of water. They all have names. Go type that into Google. The Montana FWP does a good job of telling you what fish are in that lake, as well as what I really like, how much angling pressure a body of water gets from surveys. You'll see some numbers that are only double digits, like 95 angler days. That would imply no one is fishing there. Other lakes are going to be in the thousands. So just pull up OnX, find something that looks nice, and then see what the FWP has to say.
Choose your own adventure, and then you get the feeling of, hey, I did that. It's great.
There you go.
Zach says, speaking of gear, he sent this in a while ago. Is there a new gear item that you're bringing into the field this fall? A new piece of gear you have not used yet.
I have an Illinois deer tag, and so for the first time in my life, I will be hunting with a straight wall cartridge.
Cool.
Straight wall Spencer.
I'm excited to give that a shot. That will be a new piece of gear for me.
Man, I got to look up what the heck it is, but I got a new razor the other day, and I'm super pumped on it. I'm not going to be bringing this into the field, but it's like a one-piece aluminum replaceable Brit blade razor made here in Belgrade, Montana. I'm looking it up right now. I'm pumped on it.
Randall?
Great product.
In preparation for today's segment, in case it wasn't clear to all,
Proof razor, Randall. That's what it is. It's called Proof. Great
Proof
razor for shaving
I like
your
it.
face.
I don't have any new gear at the moment that I'm real excited about. I spent most of my money most of my fun money this year on a few ill-advised fun gun projects and a whole pile of suppressors. So
you should, if you have gear, you should send Randall your free gear, and here's the best reason why. Someone sent him some hot dogs,
yes,
and then he posted about those hot dogs on Instagram, and that video got how many views?
I think it's at like 1.1 or 1.2 million.
1.2
he checks it.
Something like that. Well, I don't know. There's 100,000 difference.
That was just because some hot dogs showed up addressed to Randall's name.
Guy sent me some hot dogs from Wimmer's Meats. Shout out Wimmer's Meats, I believe, in the great state of Nebraska or Kansas.
It was the best marketing he could have ever done.
Yeah, but they don't have an
1.2
Instagram
million.
page, so I was going to tag him in it.
Well,
but yeah, Cased Meats out there, got them, put them up on the internet. Hot dogs are having a moment on the internet, so I don't know that it's core to our audience, but it really made the rounds with a very strange subset of people.
Phil, what else you got?
There was a question for Cal about what the best route for backpacking through the Frank Church Wildlife Preserve?
Wilderness area.
Yeah, wilderness area is. If you have any
Wilderness
tips
complex,
about where to
right?
start or where to...
There is a lot of water along pretty much every access point into the Frank Church. So it's a big wilderness area, but it's heavily accessible. There's a road that kind of goes all the way through it. So you have lots of options. It's a gorgeous spot. Go for it. Yeah, no, there's no wrong answer there.
Cool. Zach says, Phil, what's your Pokemon Go friend code? Zach, I don't actually play a lot of Pokemon Go. The only reason I have it on my phone is for my kids. I played a lot in 2016 when it first launched. Who could forget it? Who could forget when Hillary Clinton urged us all to Pokemon Go to the polls?
Yes.
That worked out really well for her. That's when it was at its most relevant. Wow. But there are a lot of people that still play.
She lost the election that day when she said, "Now we need you to Pokemon Go to the polls."
Yep. So
Phil's still talking about it.
Sorry for the heartbreak there.
But Zach's question can get you to play Pokemon Go a little more now that you have potential friends to make.
Maybe. Zach, you tell me what I can even do in Pokemon Go these days. I only know all the stuff you could do 9 years ago.
So I read that as not Pokemon Go friend code. I read that as Pokemon Go friend code. And I was wondering what a Go friend code was.
All right, Phil, let's do a few more.
Okay. Let's see. Get in some questions because I think we're running out of ones that I feel like reading.
I saw one in there about the Little Miami River, Phil.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Talk about it. Randall?
We love the Little Miami River. It's one of the greatest rivers in our country.
Wow.
It's actually mentioned by Thomas Jefferson in his book, Notes on the State of Virginia. And he's describing all of the rivers he's ever heard of, and he describes the Little Miami as not affording much navigation. But southwestern Ohio, just outside of Cincinnati, kind of tickles the tickles the east side of the Cincinnati 275 Beltway. We love it. We love it. Our vice president was just floating on that river for his birthday.
As a child, I was very confused by a few names in the country, Miami, Ohio being one of them because of their university, who's sometimes relevant in college football. So, no, that's Florida. And then also the Washington football team. I was like, well, that's like the West Coast. It didn't make sense to me.
I see.
How they were in the same division as the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Well, I don't know how Miami, Florida got its name, but...
Ohio had it first?
Well, it's people. It's an indigenous nation. So the Great Miami River, Little Miami River, Miami University. I don't know. There maybe there was diaspora. I know like a lot of those tribes in the Ohio River Valley were pushed out and they created a sort of diaspora across the country. So I don't know if that's how Miami got its name, but I'd like to claim it for Ohio.
It's yours. Phil, what else you got?
Christopher says, Cal, what is your weapon of choice for your big bear hunt?
Oh, I'm bringing my recurve and a 300 Win Mag. So I have a big bear hunt coming up, fall brown bear in Alaska out on the peninsula. And so it's an actual coastal brown bear, which is like just a spoiled kid adventure that I never thought I'd do, but it's happening. So I'm going to try to sneak up on some old stanky brown bear with my recurve and usher him silently but effectively into a deep slumber with a well-placed 580 grain arrow. And then I'm going to have that 300 Win Mag for ideally getting a couple of wolves, because there's supposed to be just a ton of wolves in this area. And then if all of this goes to plan, my big thing that I want to do is do like a Korean style barbecue on the beach with brown bear and wolf.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yep.
Phil, give us one more. If you got too many to choose from.
This is great content. I had one ask. It was one for me that I don't think is interesting, so I'm trying to find another one. But I'll just say, does Phil cook? What do you do, meat eater roast? The answer is I cook a little bit, but I'm not confident enough to be in front of a camera cooking a bunch of meat that I've never cooked before. I was supposed to be a judge for one episode, but I got bumped for Randy Newberg. It was tough.
Because plainly, after watching my episode, it's a prerequisite that one be confident in their cooking to compete in meat eater roast.
Yes, of course.
All right, before we get out of here, Randall has a plug for next week's episode where we are doing a movie club.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Next week, we will be talking about the 1997 film Wild America. 1 hour, 46 minutes. It tells the story of the Stouffer brothers. 29% on Rotten Tomatoes. You can stream it on Tubi for free, and I think the other streaming options out there require some sort of nominal rental fee, but I don't know how many people are actually watching these movies, so we decided that Tubi was sufficient.
It's quite literally free.
Yes.
Like if you have a smart TV or any kind of streaming stick service, it's free.
But tune in. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, you might know him as the voice of young Simba. He's the star. And then Scott Bairstow stars as Marty Stouffer. The famous filmmaker. You might know him from his work opposite Kevin Costner in The Postman.
Oh, all right.
Scott Bairstow, that is. Marty Stouffer, not, I don't,
I think Phil is really going to excel in this movie club.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Tune in.
His wheelhouse.
You could probably do The Postman, too.
I know, The Postman, Waterworld. Oh.
Just going to do Costner's filmography?
Yeah, it's a rich oeuvre.
All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you back here next week.